A third night of violence in Northern Ireland as riot police clash with crowds of young protesters. Youths wearing masks threw stones, gasoline bombs and paint at riot police. Some of the Molotov cocktails exploded and set small fires burning in the streets. Reports say the disturbances lasted for about 3 hours. Some serious clashes took place originally on Monday night, and that was sparked by a nationalist Orange Order parade, which takes place annually and frequently leads to rioting and clashes. For MSNBC.com, I'm Dara Brown. Violence erupts in Northern Ireland as Catholic youths hurl gas bombs, fireworks and bricks at police. It happened in Belfast when militant Catholic nationalists tried to block a parade by a major Protestant brotherhood. Police said gunmen fired at least one live round at police, but missed. Masked rioters also stole 3 vehicles, set them on fire, and pushed them toward police lines. The Protestant parade was just one of hundreds of similar processions across the country, part of an annual stress test for the province's fragile peace between Catholic nationalists and Protestant unionists. The day typically raises tensions as British Protestants celebrate centuries-old victories over Irish Catholics. No one is claiming responsibility for the rioting, but officials are blaming IRA splinter groups, rejecting a 2005 disarmament agreement. Yesterday's was the worst rioting in Belfast since 2005, when the same Protestant parade triggered more intense and dangerous riots. More than 100 police officers were wounded in those clashes.
The ugly face of sectarianism.
Well, it's alive and well and exists in every community.
Let's get together today, get the communities together, and let's get this stopped once and for all.
I just wonder why he done it.
These rioters are determined to keep Northern Ireland in the past, a past most people want to leave behind. Rioters on the streets again, this time in East Belfast. Violence broke out at this interface at 9 o'clock last night and lasted hours. It came as Sinn Féin held a rally to celebrate the closure of Mount Pottinger police station in the predominantly nationalist Short Strand. Police are in no doubt the rally held by Republicans was hijacked by what they described as sinister elements.
Now, I believe the organisers believed that this was going to be a peaceful demonstration, but people have come into the area. I don't know whether they're from the Short Strand itself or from elsewhere, but they came in and turned a peaceful demonstration into serious interface violence.
Police fired 6 baton rounds during the rioting, which at its height involved hundreds of Republicans and Loyalists. Although no officers were injured, the damage caused to their vehicles clearly shows the threat they were under.
It was proportionate, justified and necessary in the circumstances. And as I say again, if you look at our Land Rovers, if you look at the bricks that were being used and the ferocity which was used against both officers and the community, then I believe it was totally justified.
Sectarian tensions were high in this area hours before the rioting. Protestant teenager David Parker was punched in the face by a man near the Short Strand as he walked to a nearby youth club. Police are treating the attack on the 13-year-old as sectarian.
It just felt like a big massive punch, and then I just felt all blood coming out of my nose. And then he hit me, so I ran down to my house, and then a neighbour came out and then gave me some like kitchen roll to keep my nose stop bleeding.
Why? He was just only going over to the club. Somebody called him to ask him something and then hits him for nothing because they know what side of the road he lives on.
It's perfectly clear to anyone he is an inoffensive child in the true sense of the word, who was subject to an attack that has left him distressed and feeling unsafe in his own home.
As the clean-up began, so did the blame game.
I think there's blame lies on all sides and everybody has to take responsibility. But I think certainly Sinn Féin needs to bear most of the responsibility for what happened last night. They brought a large amount of people onto the street to protest or to have a rally outside Mount Pottinger police station. And when you bring large numbers of people onto the street for whatever reason, you have to take responsibility for what happens.
Police have promised to make arrests within days, and while that news is welcome, it doesn't solve the problem of sectarianism, which is still blighting communities. Sharon O'Neill, UTV Live.